go. That should go. Okay.
Okay.
Should we be live now? Only have 10,000 people waiting. No big deal. 12,000 people. There we are. Sorry,
Yay!
everybody. We were totally overing out over the fact that Taylor Swift, the first pillar in Hannah Claire's prediction of the second Trump presidency, has fallen.
Oh.
Now she has to get pregnant, and then we could bring it home with the Trump baby boom. That has to be.
I'm telling you.
That is true. You did predict this.
She did. Yeah.
I want you guys to believe, and you don't have to like Taylor Swift to believe this. Like the most visible straight pop star getting engaged to hunky American football player. Like, we're back. Come on, heterosexual marriage. This is it.
Yeah.
They have a baby immediately. The numbers are gonna rise. This is
baby
it.
record. She's gonna have her first album will be called Motherhood or something like that.
So if Demi Lovato gets pregnant as well, and JoJo Siwa, it's like
she got ungayed too.
Yeah,
Trump is fixing everything.
Both of them did. Yeah. And so even Billie Eilish got ungayed. So we're seeing the ungaying. And now it's just like straight is back in, guys. This is great.
Marriage is cool. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I almost just tweeted, quote tweeted a picture of their engagement and said, "Congratulations, Donald Trump," because I fundamentally believe his influence is behind this.
That'd be funny if he posted truth over this.
He will.
I bet he will.
Of course he will.
He probably will.
Yeah. There is 100% no doubt in my mind that he is furiously typing from Air Force One literally right now.
I texted Jeremy siren emojis breaking, sent him the link. Melania Trump did that for Donald Trump. She is on it. I'm sure he knows they're engaged by now.
Yeah. Well, it's for some reason we're I know why. We're showing two live streams simultaneously. Let's fix that. Sorry, all. Okay, we'll do that. My bad. I was going back to Rumble Studio to run everything in hopes of getting everybody in one place. There we go. Okay. I fixed it. Sorry, I stopped everything after the show. I'm going to go outside and
touch grass.
No, well, I don't know. I'm going to have to do something. It's going to be, Taylor Swift baby era. So, I mean, we're going to have to.
I mean, if real and not just a publicity thing, I am low-key actually happy for them, though. That's the thing. As annoying as it is with all the NFL games constantly showing that there's just something about people falling in love. And these, especially the JoJo Siwa and Demi Lovato, ungaying and doing that. It's just heartwarming to me. I love to see people fall in love and get married. And so even in this case with Taylor Swift, and as annoying as she is, I think love
I don't
is
have
beautiful.
an issue with her.
Yeah.
She's never said anything that I care about. I just keep her, if the Packers have to play the Chiefs or something, I'm gonna be like,
right,
fuck.
exactly.
But
I don't want to keep seeing all that.
I don't care about her. I don't listen to her music. She doesn't affect my life in any way. Let me
argue that if you don't like Taylor Swift, you're like, she's annoying and she says the wrong thing or whatever, I don't consume her politics. I don't care about them. But if you hate her, it's still good for all of the young females in your life to have a traditionally married female pop star. That is true. Good. I don't want this multiple baby daddy 20,000 year relationship that never goes anywhere. That's not the stuff you want modeled. Yeah, maybe you don't love Taylor Swift, you don't love her music, whatever. You still want them to be following, like you're saying with Demi Lovato. You want them to be in healthy relationships. So that's the ideal and basic expectation for the girls who follow this pop star.
Yeah, I mean, I think if she has, I think just for career wise, she's going to pop out a baby. Well, no, she'll use a whole year of publicity for the wedding. That's going to be a thing.
Right.
And then she'll get immediately pregnant, of course. And I think that'd be great for America's youth to see, a happy, healthy woman with a douchebag husband who
look, but an American douchebag. She used to date all those British guys.
Yeah.
That's
I keep
a good point.
He's
go
been in
patriotism.
his nepotism, like his dating Taylor Swift has got him several acting roles. He might be the worst actor ever.
Wait, he's actually got acting roles like other.
He's in like the Adam Sandler movie. I've heard. I don't know.
He's in the Adam Sandler movie, and he's horrible.
Oh no!
He was also in, I believe, American Horror Story, which has been terrible the past 10 years anyway. So I don't really blame him. Yes, he was like he literally played a douchebag in Happy Gilmore, which I guess like.
Fitting.
Yeah.
Typecasting.
Yeah. But like I just there's something about it. Like, bro, just play football.
He's
like,
a different type of douchebag though, because he's a soy bag. He's not quite regular douchebag. He's too soy to be full on douchebag. But he's still a douchebag, but of the soy variety.
Yeah. He'll be like him. I mean, I could party with his brother. But he seems like a real, like a fucktard. Like somebody that I would definitely make fun of. But speaking of Taylor Swift, I wanted to start with the show with this. There's a trend that's going on TikTok. So we have a resident TikTok expert.
That's
here.
right.
Yes, our correspondent.
Yep.
That is like, now I think a lot of them are fake.
Okay.
I think a lot of them like, it's just so weird. Like it shows. So people know, they'll like show by the way, this is an exclusively woman thing. Like I don't see men doing this. Maybe they do, but I don't. I have never seen one. And it's always like, hey, look, I got fat and now I got divorced and look how hot I am. I'm like,
I've seen.
I'm like, girl, maybe you should have stayed on the treadmill while you were dating instead. Like. What are you doing?
Yes. And then you see the reverse of that on TikTok as well, where they say, oh, this was me when I was single and they're thin and hot. And then here's me after being married for a year and they're fatter. And, and they're bragging about it.
Yeah, it's totally their husband's fault. Like,
and then the comments are like, yes,
fault,
girl, yes. And they're all like hyping her up. And I don't understand that.
Yeah. Who could figure out why my husband left me? So here's one that I just thought we could comment on. We've got news today, obviously, but I thought this one would be.
News. Taylor Swift's engaged.
There's nothing else to talk about. Yeah, Taylor Swift's engaged.
The whole show is just going to be a Taylor Swift show.
Yeah, we're not going to beat
the audience will riot. They will hate.
Yeah, we're not going. Yeah, they tolerate us throwing out a little bit, but I wanted to find. Okay, here now. I don't know how old this is. This is like a rage bait Twitter account, right? Which I started blocking. Because I'm like, every time I would start to react to this stuff and I'd see like a video or like the first comment be like, bruh, that video is like 8 years old. I'm like, ugh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they just recycle this stuff and it's like, okay, well, some Pajit is working, and he's just like, oh, no, what is a most popular video? Okay. And then they put it out there and then they make thousands of dollars.
Yep.
Like it was never like, people didn't know, like, remember Retard Finder? How all the conservatives pumped up that account? It's some crypto scamming Pajit. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, and then there's like numerous. I mean, obviously, Email Shong's the most famous, and like, it's like, hey, maybe stop astroturfing these accounts. Like, they're and then they really serve no value. But any hoozle. Here's the video. Here's pre-divorce. By the way, she is completely given up. She's not even like, you can be a big person and not dress like this. Like she's just
that's true.
Bursting out at every seam. She's got, sorry ladies, but usually the girls get like their consolation. The big girls get the consolation. She's the wrong combo. She's super fat and has no boobs.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is the bad combo. Sadly.
Very bad combo. And here she's drinking. Okay. Oh, look at me now. This guy.
One more glow up post-divorce video. Y'all couldn't do that for a man you love. Y'all love to lose a man and then look the way you should have looked during the relationship. Why do y'all get so comfortable physically and then y'all be like, he was so mean to me. He told you he was getting unattracted. You ignored him. But now he's monogamous with somebody he's unattracted to. And if he cheats and finds somebody who he's attracted to, he's going to be a terrible man. But if he breaks up with you because you look like that, he's a terrible man. You literally proving his goddamn point. You proving everybody's point. You proving all of our points. Put in the effort when you got us. Why do you lock us down?
I mean, he's not wrong. Like, you could say this for men too.
Yeah, because this happens both ways.
Happens, yeah. Like,
well, it's interesting because this guy's like, why do you get so physically comfortable? But that woman in the first video, like, looks depressed and sad. Like, she doesn't look happy. And I don't think getting divorced made her happy. It just made her realize she has to date again. So now she is putting in the effort. No, the beginning when she's drinking.
By the way, she's not in that great a shape here. She's it's pretty clear to me there's some, like, look how big her trunk is.
Yeah, she's still got a ways to go.
She's got a long way to go.
That's the thing is I do think that after a breakup for, and who knows what the reason why this divorce was, we don't know that, but after a breakup, it is good to, like, try to level up and stuff, but you should be prioritizing looking great for your partner. I absolutely think your husband or wife, partner sounds gay, but
I know, yeah,
you should be trying because you want them to be attracted to you. And I don't, like, this guy made some great points, but I don't think that looks alone and somebody letting themselves go is a valid reason for divorce, like, biblically speaking. It's not. Now, it's not a good situation. No one should ever cheat, even with that. But yeah, in that case, I think people should encourage their spouse to, hey, let's get fit. Let's do, let's eat healthy. Let's get on a healthy nutrition plan and this, that, and the other. And it's so important for people should want to be attractive for their significant other. But it is sad when people don't care at all. And then they get a divorce or break up, whatever, and then they get in shape for the next person just so that when they get with the next person, then they're going to let themselves go again. Like, that's definitely not a good pattern.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with Melonie in this. I don't think that, like, your partner gaining weight or you being like, hey, you're not looking so good is a reason to get divorced. I think you need to, like, have a stronger marriage and work through that. Again, when this woman is, like, in her marriage uglier, like, this person looks unhappy to me. And I don't blame her spouse. We don't know what happened, but there has to be a level of, like, was no one willing to be like, hey, you seem depressed. Like, you put on a bunch of weight. It looks like you're drinking a lot. Like, can we intervene here? And the fact that it's like, I assume, hit rock bottom, got divorced, and was like, hey, actually, I don't want to live this way. Like, I'm sad that she couldn't pull that together before when she was married.
Well, from a guy's perspective, fellas, if some woman shows you her post-divorce glow up, go back to her previous picture and that's what you're marrying.
Yeah, that's true.
Just let me be very clear. If that's not her, she only got fit enough because she's back in the dating scene. As soon as she has another man, so she's not. You're marrying this, okay?
That's true.
Second of all, like, yes, men, it happens to men too, but I think it's more common in women because women have this. I don't mean to offend anybody, but it's just true. Societally, I'm going to break from the Astrocast bond here.
Okay.
No, actually, I don't think either one of you are going to disagree with me.
I was going to say.
Okay.
But, like,
gotta be really spicy to make us mad.
Societally, we have she got kids, so she got fat.
Right.
Nonsense.
Right.
Nonsense. Like, for, not to put you on the spot, but for some reason, Hannah Claire didn't gain 60 pounds. Like, I mean, I know a lot of women that didn't explode from having a kid. Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to gain, what, 10 to 15 pounds or whatever it is, 10% of your body weight or not, whatever it is. And like, there's this built-in excuse for women to get fat because they're pregnant. And,
right. Well, like, that's the thing is just look at this mathematically, right? When it comes to the amount of food you eat, the calories you intake. Right. So let's say that somebody, they do gain some weight from getting pregnant. Well, if they go back to eating how they did before they got pregnant over time, just mathematically speaking, they're gonna get back to their weight before. So if
Yeah.
they're still staying fat, it means that they're eating more. That they're not eating the way that they were before they got pregnant. So yeah, I mean, it's still a thing. And I get it, hormones, all this kind of stuff. And the husband should have grace with giving her time and all of that. But to be first of all, to gain a massive amount of weight in pregnancy isn't an excuse. But then to just keep it that way. No, it's not. Yeah.
Well, it's terrible. That's how you get diabetic when you're
there are all kinds of stresses. I mean, like I gained weight during pregnancy and then I had the baby and the majority of it came
Child,
off.
please, you were 6 months pregnant when you interviewed for this job and I had no idea. You're like, she gets the job and then she's like, oh, hey, thanks for the job. By the way, I'm going to be on maternity leave.
Well, no, I was like, I'll have to figure out what to do. And then you were like, okay, crazy person, would you like maternity leave?
I did. I had to force her. Yeah. I had to force her to take maternity leave. Now that's one boss. Another boss out there, maybe fired somebody who was very pregnant. I don't know. But like when you work here, I'm like, bitch, take some maternity leave, and she wouldn't do it.
This is the thing, like with, pregnancy or whatever, like, there are women who gain weight during pregnancy. They have trouble losing it. It's hard when you're not sleeping a lot and like, especially if you're breastfeeding, you have to eat a certain, like, whatever. I get that. But like, marriage is a long time. It's eternal, it's forever. And so, maybe the first year after you have a kid, 2 years, like if you're actively working on it, I'm sure your husband is like, I support you. Here we go. If you are someone, whether you have kids or not, who is just like miserable and you're not, you could maybe have depression, or maybe you're just like, I don't care, I'm giving up. Like nobody likes that. So if you're just like not taking care of yourself, it's not even a weight thing. Like if you're like, I have this thing where it's like you should get dressed every day, because the days that like you stay in your pajamas, you feel worse. Like there are things that you can do. You don't have to have a full face of makeup and a blowout every day, but like being like, I am coming into our lives, like trying to get better. And then again, like I think there's a partnership here. Like if you have a spouse that's obviously struggling, then you as the husband or wife needs to be like, hey, how can I help you? Because it's not enough to be like, well, they should just get it together and I don't have to say anything. Like you have to communicate about it, but also like this all comes from a place of love. And I think if you're like being like, well, he married me, so he should just like me however I am, like that's not very loving.
And I don't think they actually believe that. Like I think they say that, I say that out loud. They say that out loud, but like they know. And by the way, like this was a rule I had at like my last 8, like when I worked in a search marketing agency, it was like, we had to have the same rules as Silicon Valley because it was the only way we could hire people to work in internet marketing. And so like eventually when I lost out on having like a no work from home policy, like when people work from home, I was like, you're going to get dressed and you're going to like, when I see you on Zoom, I want to see you stand up. Like you're not wearing pajama bottoms and like you're at work. And that's something that like people often ask me, like how I balance working from home and working from versus working in the office. It's like, because I still get up the same day at every time. I take a shower, I get dressed, I brush my teeth, I go to work. Like that's how you actually work from home. In this case with this woman, again, we know nothing about her. She's clearly choosing with a man there, so I'm assuming that was her husband. But and her husband might have gotten gigantic too. I don't know. And we don't know how big she was before divorce. But this advertising, like, because inherently these post-divorce glow-up videos are negative about the men.
That's what it usually is. It's them to try to make it look like, oh, the man I was with made me so miserable that I got fat. There's no accountability for the fact that they got fat. It was that, oh, see, it was his fault that I was fat, is usually what these videos try to imply.
It's his fault I was fat, but it's my, victory or I'm so great for getting skinny or getting back together. Like, and again, like it's when you suddenly, if you have someone that you are like kind of resenting or you're feeling like, well, they have to stay with me so I can do whatever I want, but not in like a happy, fun, loving way, more in like a trapped way. Then of course, when you no longer have that, you're like, oh, I have to actually get it together because if I want to be with someone else, they don't like me like this. Like, I think that's the idea,
like, sorry to interrupt, but like, again, fellas, if she is on a post-divorce glow up, you better like her for her. because she's going to go right back. I just want to reiterate that. Like, if the only thing motivating her to be fit is to stick it to her ex,
right?
They're not like you're not getting that girl.
That's true.
And to act like divorce is the cure to like body confidence issues or like obesity or whatever is kind of ridiculous. Like if you could do it when you were getting divorced, you probably could have done it in the marriage. And if you're going to tell me like actually my marriage fell apart for something else, fine. But still, I don't think this is like, don't think this helped the situation.
Yeah, I just, the happiest day of life. Now there's like this year, now I can get fat. It's like, I don't actually think women think like this. I mean, it seems unlikely. You would have to be like, maybe some, yeah, but like.
Now, some people, when they start dating and they're happy in love, they both gain some weight because they're, they're going out to eat and they're just like, they're happy. But then there's got to be a point where you're let's stop being potatoes. Let's be happy and get
that's
shape.
it. That didn't even happen. Like, so like I can say for my marriage, I mean, my wife never really gained any weight. She still wears the same jeans she did in high school. But like, I mean,
as per Jeremy's requirement.
That is my requirement. But like, I know that. Like, I noticed that. And like, when I wanted to start to get healthy, and I'm only in like the early stages. I mean, it took a long time. I was basically, I wasn't fat when we started dating, but by the time I got married, I was fat. It wasn't because I got lazy. It was because I would drink at night and eat fast food and sit around. I wasn't trying to
start dating when you were in high school, so I'm sure your metabolism dropped by the time you got married at like what, 21,
23, I think. Yeah. Well, yeah, basically I hit the metabolism wall at the same time I learned to like drinking and eating fast food late at night.
Happens to a lot of men, I think.
Yeah. And so that's like, basically I didn't realize, I'm like, oh, I have to, it took a lot longer than it should have. But like this time around, I was like, well, I want to lose the weight I'm like, my wife has gained like 10 pounds since I've been with her and then even she'll be like, oh no, I gained 5 pounds. I got to get on the treadmill. So like,
You're and like, I need to step it up or.
Yeah. I'm like, I've gained 120 pounds since we've been together. So like, I should probably, and then she would do like, hey, let's eat healthy or let's do, she always tried to encourage it without ever actually saying anything like too overt. And then like by the time I was 40, then it got a little louder. Then it was kind of like, hey, it'd be cool if you didn't die at 55.
Exactly.
Like, and
well, look,
like
she loves you. She wants you to be around. I think that's nice.
I guess.
Yes.
But like but even then, like, it was kind of like coming from a place of like, hey, all right, like you're 40, like, get
it together.
Yeah, like you gotta, and I think like that's clearly better than divorcing me. Like, or bad mouthing me behind my back or whatever the case is.
Sure.
Or complaining about you. Like I feel like that's
or complaining. Yeah,
it works both
She's
ways.
never
like,
said anything.
Where they're like, oh, like if you're a guy, it's like she just put on so much weight and she won't do anything about it. Like you need to lovingly have that conversation. Or like girls being like, he just never tries anymore. Like he does whatever. Like this is bad. Don't do that. Talk to each other.
Yeah, that's the only way you'll like. I mean, that was like quite honestly. Like, she's like, hey, you're paying $6,000 a year for life insurance. I'd rather not have to cash that in. Like, and it was kind of like, all right, I get it. Like, and I also at 40, you start to. You when you're young and you're overweight, there's really not a lot of like short-term stuff you deal with. Like, oh, maybe you're a little sore, maybe you're a little whatever. But like for the most part, even in my 30s, being 130 pounds overweight, I had no problem. I mean, I climbed a volcano at 41. Like, so I have been so instead of like thinking how lucky I've been that this hasn't turned into like other actual long-term health problems, you think, well, I'm invincible still.
I can keep pushing it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think I had a physical, and then I had, once you're 40, you start going to the doctor more. And they're basically like, bruh, like you got to lose some weight. Like you're gonna, but like, anyway, I didn't have to glow up to find love with Melonie's mom, but
She accepts you the way you are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do think the whole glow up thing is toxic. I think if you want to glow up, you should.
Yeah.
100%. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but like
Right.
think about your motivation.
And then, like, it's how you post it. You know, if you want to say, look, I started focusing on my health and posting like that, but then framing it with the, oh, look, here's me married and here's me divorced. That's where it's toxic. But you can just say, hey, you know what? I'm on a health journey. This is my before, this is my after. You don't have to mention that element of it. There's a way to
take a I went through a dark time. You know, I was going through some stuff.
Yeah, or that.
And look, I've gotten better. You know, like you have to allude to your divorce. But being like, divorce made it so I could be hot. Like, I don't think so.
Exactly.
Or be like more over, you know, like, you know, here I was, it ruined my marriage. Like, you know, you can actually own it. You know, I think, you know, if you get, I don't know what kind of shape she was in before, but I can tell from her body shape. She was like, she doesn't like, this is all like rapid weight gain spots for weight for somebody in this age. Like,
yeah,
that's why I wonder about like drinking excessively.
Like,
again,
here,
I don't
look
know
at
this
her
woman
face.
at all.
Look at her face. It's still pretty thin. And then the rest of her is like gigantic.
She's like chugging a beer with someone. It looks like they might be at a party and like, you know, this is not to be mean to the messy bun, but like, you just don't look like you are.
This is why I have the rules. This is why I have rules.
I mean, she has. I think that's why we were talking about her weight distribution, how she didn't gain it in the chest area, but she has like a pear shape, I think, because her face is pretty, looks pretty good for that weight. Like for most people wouldn't. If I gained 5 pounds,
would gain it in your face. Yeah.
If I gained 5 pounds, 4 of it would go to my face. Like,
no, some people it's true. Like, they can't hide it.
So she did have that going for her at least.
It's the same way. When with me, it's the opposite. When I lose weight, I lose it in my face first, and people are like, "Oh, you look like you lost a bunch of weight," and I'm like, "Oh, not much." Like not as much as
That's why I stay on this remote computer screen.
Yeah. But yeah, I think not a good policy, but I mean, I think we all kind of agree. Like, I don't know. The best vengeance is living well. I think that cramming it in your ex's face is a toxic trait.
Well,
now, if they cheated on you or they did something, right?
Yeah, like
he still motivates you every day.
She's still thinking about him, and he might be moving on with his life and not thinking about her at all, and he's still living rent free in her head. So yeah, it's not cute.
Not a good look. Speaking of fatties, I have all the fatty topics today because Melonie, like,
all right,
Jeremy's like Caddy Estrocast, let's go.
Right, yeah. Well, I'm like, I think I said like I missed my weight target last week by like 0.2 pounds. So I'm like,
there.
Yeah,
so where's your segment? When are we shaming you?
Well, obviously not my final goal, but like I've been like, you know, I hadn't been under this weight in a long time, so I wanted to get there. And like now I'm gonna be like going super hard this week to make sure I get there. Although this weekend wasn't great because I did go to the Ren Fair and I had a shepherd's pie and I had. Actually, I didn't eat that bad. Shepherd's pie's not bad. It's mashed potatoes and ground beef. It's not bad. Nothing fried.
It's not terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I think probably that's full of protein. You know.
Oh no, I had cheese fritters too. So, but I only had 2 of them. I shared them.
Okay. You have to because you're from Wisconsin. Like, surely your body is like cheese doesn't count.
They were like the new hot item too. And then I also had like 15 drinks. So that was really
well, that's where the sabotage. That's where we should be doing.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, the drinks were really.
I can't figure out why I missed my goal.
Yeah. Well, that was after missing my goal. But then I got right back on the horse on Monday. So
I was talking about meal prepping and adding rice to my diet, and somebody told me that you can't store rice that long. That you can get sick and die eating it or something if it's in your fridge.
I never heard that.
I've never heard that in my life. I looked it up. Apparently, it can get moldy easier or something.
Oh, cooked
I thought
rice.
That was if it wasn't refrigerated. Like you can't leave cooked rice out for like. I think it's like very, very short amount of time, like an hour.
Yes. So
I've heard that if you refrigerated it helps with the sugar fiber stuff. Sorry.
Okay, got it. Well, I saw that and I was thinking, well, between my diet of radioactive Walmart shrimp and moldy rice, I really might turn into a superhero, get some superpowers.
Are you feeling superpower? What's the update?
Yeah,
So
where are we at?
far, so good. Like, I mean, so far, no, not good. I haven't gotten my powers yet, but maybe
Did you
this
order
moldy
your-
rice will activate it.
Did you order your Kobo Robo Rushi machine? Your
No, I didn't this time because I went to Marshall's with my mom and they had a really neat rice cooker, like a Korean rice cooker there, and I was like, I'm getting it. It looked really great, and I used it already, and it's awesome. So that's what I'm using.
What have I told you? I gave you the perfect. It was even Nightmare Before Christmas themed.
I'm
Wait,
sorry.
was it?
I thought you said it was Nightmare Before Christmas
no,
themed.
Hello Kitty. That's what.
Oh, Hello Kitty. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Christmas, I definitely would. Now, yeah, it was like double the cost. So I was like, well, and I'm cheap. I'm just like, well,
I know you ate discount Walmart shrimp. All right. I'm not judging anybody else, but I know what you make.
As a content creator, though, it's just like, oh, what if I'm not irrelevant? What if I'm not relevant in 2 years or 3 years or this is so I always live. All my decisions are always. I'm so cheap with a lot of things because it's like,
hey, I'm with you.
yeah.
I try to do the same thing. I have like sometimes I'm like, oh, but I want this thing, and I'll splurge. But I try to like, I live it a little differently for the same reasons. I like. Even though I have a good mortgage rate, and like my friend tells me, hey, like you don't pay off your mortgage early, you're stupid. Oh, did I freeze up on my end?
No, you're not frozen.
Oh, okay. He's like, why are you doing extra payments to your mortgage? Da, 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 da. I'm like, I know, but no one else except other content creators will understand. Like, I could get canceled tomorrow.
Exactly.
And like, I know that you're saying 3% is a good interest rate. You shouldn't pay it off. You should put some money in long-term savings. Blah, blah. No, I pay like I pay like 3x, 4x.
Term income from this.
Right.
Yeah.
If I have to go back, if I have to go back to working a job, which I'm totally fine with.
Right.
Like I can't have the content creator mortge. Like
exactly.
it's gotta be paid off,
Yep, I agree.
So
that's been my frame of mind with stuff too.
Yeah.
So Jeremy, wouldn't your Ren Fair cheese fritters just been fried cheese curd? I think the difference is there's like bread and cheese in it. I'd never had one before. I've had cheese curds, but cheese fritters are different. They're like the size of a meatball, and then like inside it's like cheese and bread combined. I don't know. I'd never had one. It was fine.
Delicious though.
Yeah, but you know what they gave for dipping sauces?
What?
Honey mustard and barbecue. I'm like, what the hell where's the ranch?
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it.
Well, ranch with a
agrees.
cheese fritter? You want buttermilk on top of your cheese?
Wait, what?
Shut up, Hannah Claire.
Cheese curd?
This is my culture.
Don't you dip cheese curds in ranch?
I'm sorry.
Yes, yeah.
I thought that was normal.
Yeah.
Or a nacho cheese sauce. Cheese on cheese.
A cheese, yeah. Double the cheese. Yeah.
You guys are killing me. What?
Yeah. That's what's interesting. Somebody said, I love fried zucchini flour. What's that?
Oh,
I know what zucchini. I know what fried zucchini would be, but I don't know what zucchini flour is.
So it's actually zucchini flour or zucchini in flour and then fried.
No, it's like the flour that grows on a zucchini.
Oh, really?
What?
I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy. You're shaming me. You're eating literal garbage.
What? That's a vegetable, or at least a plant.
The flour is before it gets big. It's apparently a thing.
Yeah.
I've never even seen it.
Oh,
hold on. I'm gonna send you a little link here.
Let's see
it's
here.
A thing. It's like lightly breaded and like, yeah, kind of.
So
like...
does the flour fried zucchini flowers? Interesting. Well, I'm not eating it. But
you just want some cheese with a topping of ranch, I guess.
Look, if I'm gonna eat a vegetable, I'm just gonna eat the damn vegetable. I'm not gonna fry it because then it's canceling it out. Like if I'm trying to eat healthy, like my wife's like, oh, do you want anything? She makes me vegetables every day, and I hate them no matter what. But I just like wolf them down as quick as possible. Yeah, she's like, do you want like this or that for the vegetables? And I put them all on like one fork. I'm like, nope. Yeah. And I just like get them done. I get them out of the way. Eat all the broccoli, cauliflower, carrots right away, and get onto my, my chicken or steak or whatever. Where is this? There's a story I hear about this. Fatty flights. Yes. Southwest Airline is now changing its seating policy. this has kind of been a topic that's been in and out of the news for
Yeah, we've talked about these.
the last year or so.
Yeah.
And I've often commented as a fat, like, I've never needed 2 seats, but that's always because I either booked a single seat or my tiny wife sitting next to me.
Right.
If I couldn't get that seat, then I probably would. And that to me seems like a totally normal, like, we live in a society type thing. But beginning January of next year, larger passengers who cannot be accommodated in a single seat will be required to purchase a second seat ahead of time and then request a refund after the flight. Eligibility for a refund also depends on whether or not the specific conditions are met. I'm not sure. This doesn't seem like they're actually requiring them. They're still getting it free. Yep, that's what I think.
Come on.
I want to understand. Although sometimes it's
They're
super
doing this for
convoluted to get
planning
refunds.
purposes.
Okay, what I want to know, and I couldn't really see it initially, do these people have to self-admit to being plus size? Like, if
Yes.
you are like,
you probably have to check a box that's like, I need an extra seat.
right? So it's like an honesty policy. So these people could show up at the airport with just one seat and be like, well, I only bought one. Like, how do you enforce this?
I wonder if you show up and you need a second seat, then you don't get a refund. This says they must buy an extra seat and pay any applicable seat fee before boarding. Refunds can later be issued, but only if both seats were in the same fare class. The refund request is made within 90 days. The plane would have taken off with at least one extra open seat. They can also be refunded if the plane was full, but the manifest included passengers who boarded with, quote, spaces available passes. So they don't even punish you for, like, it doesn't seem, it would make sense that if you lied about it, and then you would not get a refund. But if you didn't lie about it, that seems more. It says it's extra person to buy 2 seats, but that's just not other passengers' problem. It becomes our problem if we have to endure oversized passengers in our space for a full flight. Others, meanwhile, said the policy was discriminatory for larger passengers who simply want to travel in comfort. Well, I can give you a real easy way to travel in comfort. Lose 30 pounds. As a 6'3", broad-shouldered guy, that seems to be too much for something I have zero control over. Let me tell you this right now. As somebody who's 6'5", you're not buying an extra seat because you're 6'3". You're fat.
Right.
Like, you're fat. Like, as a former customer of size, I will forever be grateful for Southwest's compassionate and kind COS policy, which is customers of size.
You guys have a term? That's crazy.
This just seems like something so ridiculous. Like, brother.
But what about the customers of smell? You guys have the same abbreviations.
Right. Yeah.
What's the policy on that? That's what I want to know.
But listen to this.
Like, more concerned about that one.
So that guy goes on to say, I've never gotten below a 34 waist, even with an eating disorder in my late teens. Are you saying I should have to buy 2 seats? Brother, unless you're over a size, I'm telling you, as a fat, if you're under 50, if you're under a pant size of 50, you will never need to buy a second seat. So the idea that he's focusing on the fact that he's 6'3" and broad-shouldered is nonsense.
They
He
always
must have like a
exaggerate
45,
things.
46 waist minimum.
They act like, oh, well, because I'm not a size 2, I can't sit on this plane. It's like nobody said you had to be a 34-inch waist.
You could be a 44 and be fine.
Yeah.
Like, and a 44 is probably classified as morbidly obese.
Well, and I would love to start a movement for people who are tall and who travel on airplanes.
Hello, that would be nice for a guy who's tall.
Look,
like,
and there's more inclusive. You're 6'5", I'm 5'9", so I'm tall for women. Like, I do believe they are shrinking the seats and they're making the less.
It'd be nice to get some leg room. I have to book
we all
the
have
bulkhead
needs
seat.
and rights. We all can dream.
Yeah, I mean, I purposely book the bulkhead seat every time so I can just put my feet up against the wall. But any other seat, like, they're like, well, you can put your feet underneath the seat. I said, not if you have size 16 shoes, you can't, which I do. So, like, I book the seats that have the most legroom, and I still don't get more legroom. Guess what I don't do? Complain about it, because I know I'm tall, and I know I have big feet, and it is what it is. And you just suck it up for the 2 hours you're on the flight. And guess what? When I had to fly to Hawaii, I saved up, and I bought one of those fancy, like, little office of, you can get like an apartment on the plane. And that's what I paid for to fly in, because I wanted to be more comfortable. But, like, that's a choice. You know, if I had to book a regular seat and be like, well, what about customers of COBF, customers of big feet? Like, what am I gonna do? I can't control my big feet. Like, this is so. This is like,
you guys have rights, and you should organize. That's the answer.
Right? Yeah. What is they had that on Family Call? It was called like NAF, North American Association of Fat People. I think it was called.
There's something in this article they mentioned the. Hold on, I'm gonna find it. It's the
founder of Chubby Diaries. You aren't
the
chubby.
National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh my.
That's a real thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
There is. Look, I'm not saying that. Again, I don't think that we live in a civilized society. Going up and like calling someone a fat blob to their face. That's not like a civilized thing to do.
Right.
But like, we go too far the other way. And by the way, you go up and call me fat in person, well, there's going to be consequences for that probably. There are a lot of fats that can still run pretty quick for a short distance. So you better do it from a little ways away. And like, this is ridiculous. I get why they're doing it. Because it's like, crap, we sold out the plane and you need 2 seats and now we have to. But shouldn't that be the fat's fault? Like, sorry, you need 2 seats. You're off the plane. Like
Exactly.
And again, how do you enforce this rule? Like, if you're just waiting for someone to there are some people I bet who would be like, I'm heavy, I'm uncomfortable, I want 2 seats because it's better.
My parents always got 2 seats, and they were never what I would say fat enough to get 2 seats.
Right.
Look, I think
they would buy 3 together, basically.
Who do it? Who will buy like the whole row and be like, no one sit near me, and I respect that.
Oh yeah.
But, in this case, if you're someone who's going to complain about this policy, you're also just not going to buy the second seat, and you're going to show up, and it's going to be the same problem we have now. Like, how is Southwest going to? Is there a penalty for someone who should have bought 2, but then
there
didn't?
should be? Yeah, that's what I agree.
Like up to the gate agent to be like eyeballing them and being like, "Nah, you're a 2-seater. Don't tell me you only have 1 ticket." Just
like the theme parks. What do they do at the theme park? They put the seat right before the line, and if you walk up, you sit in that thing, you figure out if you can fit or not. Like, that's all you do. You have a seat. They sit down.
It's like the baggage thing.
Right. If you can't get the belt around, you got to buy a second seat. That's the rule. Like, there was a while, now I've lost some weight, so I don't need it. And that was a nice, like, dopamine boost for me when I used to need the seatbelt extender. And, like, there's a certain amount of shame in asking for that. And I was okay with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they would always, I'd be like, oh, I need an extender. And they'd be like, oh, it's okay, sir. I'm like, no, it's okay. I know I'm fat. Like, it's
I'll say it louder.
Yeah. I know that I did this to myself. You don't have to protect my feelings. And like, now I don't need it. But like, there's, I think if we like, there's not being mean to fat people. Yeah. And then there's whatever the hell happened, started in 2016.
Exactly.
We had to, like, fat acceptance. It was like, nobody's not accepting fat people.
Exactly.
Fat people are demanding.
Fat people aren't accepting themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yes.
You're trying to pretend like you don't need an accommodation, except for sometimes when you do want an accommodation, then I suspect you have your own delusional issues about it. Like, if you're overweight and you struggle with self-esteem, I don't want to make you feel bad. I don't want to like yell at you or anything like that. I just also think it's reasonable to be like, in a tightly packed airplane, you're going to be uncomfortable. The customer sitting next to you is going to be uncomfortable. We have to make a rule about it.
Well, I remember Sydney Watson went viral for taking a picture.
I remember that.
Like, I was like, that's outrageous. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Right. Like, his fat rolls were over the armchair into her seat. And it's like, no, you should have to get up. Sorry. Like, yes, if you didn't want to get publicly shamed about that, then you should have bought 2 seats. Or then you should, if you didn't want to get asked to move, then you should have known when you sat down. Like, it is wild to me. Now, again, a lot of this has kind of gone by the wayside. I actually understand why it's like, hey, you have to buy a second seat because we book, so many seats. If you show up and now another paying customer can't get on because you're too fat, like, that's a problem for us. And the fact that they allow refund, I actually think that's fine too. I would like to see them. I mean, that's their choice. I wouldn't do that. I would say, no, if you need to buy 2 seats, then you buy 2 seats. But planes also have crazy, like, luggage rules where they're like, oh my God, your luggage like your luggage has to be exactly 75 pounds or less, but we
That's
can let
true.
400-pound passengers on.
Yes, it's
But I always
wild.
assumed that was because of the baggage carriers. Like they don't want them to lift over a certain amount.
They don't to lift it. It just goes
that's
right up a conveyor
true.
belt. Like they don't do
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's
true.
about the weight of the plane. And so like they, it should be okay if we're going to have any weight things, it should be your combined weight. You get on the scale with your luggage and you're allowed 500 pounds.
Ooh.
That's what
That is
we
so interesting.
and then I'll sell you some of my weight on the secondary market. I'll take your luggage. I could like you two could go and you just make fly for free. Like I'm behind you. You're like, hey, fatso, you want to put your you put your luggage on with us? You don't have to check it then. I mean, like that's really how they should do it. And I do give society credit for kind of going away from this nonsense, but it's still a thing.
I remember when I worked at Red Lobster, like in 2007,
Oh, the rolls.
in like 2007 or something like that. And I was the hostess, so I'd set people at their tables, and this lady walked in and she's like, "Oh, my husband, he'll be here in a minute, but we just need special accommodations because he's disabled." So I'm thinking, okay, let's look for something wheelchair accessible. The guy walks in and he was just gigantic. That was it. He was just really fat. That was his disability. Was being fat. I just at the time I didn't. That was before things got super woke and everything. And I was thinking, that's not disabled. That's fat. I'm confused.
You know what's wild?
Sorry, you go, Jeremy.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm setting up I actually have. So I know this is a little creepy, but I actually have footage of Melonie at her old job, like at the Red Lobster. So she's a little younger, and I know she was going through a health battle, so she has a little less hair. But this is her at the Red Lobster.
Stop it.
Right?
Cut it out.
Is that?
I have a glandular problem.
Yep, there it is.
That'll be
That was me
$60.
bringing him to a seat.
Yeah.
Actual footage.
Yeah, that was.
God.
Sorry, go on, Hannah Claire, with your non-juvenile thing that you were gonna say.
I just am not up on these pop culture references. It's a very narrow field of interest. What I was gonna say is, do you remember a couple months ago we talked about that like rapper, like a lady who was really fat, and then Uber driver refused her because he was like, "You'll damage the axle of my car because you're so heavy," and she was livid. And I think back to that all the time. Like, it's not like he stranded her in the middle of a highway. She was at her own home. And also, like, are we just supposed to pretend that people don't have weight? Like, how can the lady talking to Melonie be like, he has a disability and also we need to be accommodated, but then think that, like, oh, the vehicle will be fine, the table, like, everything else will be okay.
Right.
I don't know why she could have just kept it real. Like, if she just said, look, my husband's huge. Can we have a table instead of a booth?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I would have respected that more.
Yeah, just understand it. Like that, like, even if I go to, like, there's a couple restaurants around us that have notoriously narrow booths. Yeah. And like, I'm just like, table, please. Like, I just know. Or like, there's a place called Chocolate Factory. It's a sub shop. And like, my wife will purposely like eyeball one that you can move I'll just move it. Like, I don't care if like, I'll just slide the bench back, But like, if it's busy and I can't do that, I just sit at a table. Like I don't stand there like, why doesn't Chocolate Factory have people of size booths? Like, maybe, just, accommodate yourself.
That's what's funny is when you think about that acronym, that because they said customer of size, but they said person of size, it's POS.
Oh, there's POS.
Jeremy's now going to refer to them this way.
Lady, my husband's a POS. Yeah, I'm a POS. I demand rights. I do. We do have a sponsor for the show. I want a quick shout out to CB Distillery. Labor Day isn't just about BBQs and sunshine anymore. CB Distillery is having a massive Labor Day sale. Right now, save up to 40% off site-wide when you use code RUMBLE. It's a perfect time to stock up with natural solutions for better sleep, less stress, and pain after exercise. Look, there's a lot of junk CBD out there, but CB Distillery is different. Their hemp is grown right here in the United States. It's third-party tested and free from artificial dyes and fillers. Just clean, powerful, plant-based relief. That's why over 2 million people trust CB Distillery. And we have solutions, and they have solutions for just about everything. Sleep, stress, mood, and focus, even pain after exercise. They even have something for pets. Their CBD for pets definitely, has helped some stressed out dogs.
Like my parents' dog needs that because she gets stressed from storms and shakes like crazy. I keep telling them, get her some CBD.
Yep. There you go. Have it at CB Distillery.
There we go.
Now's your chance to stock up, and during Labor Day sale, save up to 40% off with code RUMBLE. Visit cbdistillery.com. Use my promo code RUMBLE. That's cbdistillery.com. Code RUMBLE. cbdistillery.com. Girls, do you want to let people, I like to take a break in the middle here and let people know where they can find you, where they can find people can find your content. And why don't we start with Hannah Claire? Let them know.
Yeah, you guys can find my content on Rumble and YouTube. It's at Hannah Claire B. I do videos on the news, some cultural analysis. I'm really appreciative of everyone who's been supporting me. It makes a huge difference. So I'm Hannah Claire B on Rumble, on YouTube, and on X. Yeah, that's it. Melonie, tell them about your good work.
All right. I have been bringing back the gaming streams. So
yes, how was your gaming stream last night?
I had a gaming stream last night. It was so fun. I had a blast. Everybody was super supportive. And it's just like, okay, this is a nice little break from the normal day-to-day just to focus on playing some Tomb Raider. And I changed my background. I'm sitting down now so that I can comfortably play games for hours at a time.
I'm pretty sure you're pregnant. This is the trick. This is the trick that Hannah Claire did to me. You haven't zoomed in enough though. See, she cut hers off at the shoulders.
I really didn't do that on purpose. I was just bad with my set.
Sure.
There was a time that Jeremy was like, "Are you actually pregnant though? Like, really?" I was like,
she did show me one day, and I was like, "Oh, she is pregnant." Barely.
Oh, barely.
I did not feel barely.
She's like, "I'm 10 months pregnant." I'm like, "That's."
I just dated a baby elephant for 16 months. Okay, yeah. Melonie's streaming games, guys.
Yes, so,
follow her. The fact that I got
Melonie Mac on YouTube, or if you just search Melonie Mac gaming streams, that'll show up. I'm really excited about that. Honestly, it's just a fun time. And then my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melonie Mac. I would love to see y'all there.
Love it. Yeah, I've been streaming Baldur's Gate. No, I will not have sex with the bear.
Good.
It's actually a lot of fun.
What?
Like, you make a lot of character and narrative decisions, and it totally changes the outcome of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I have seen nothing woke in it so far. I'm 5 hours into the game. But it's fun. The narrative stuff is fun. And I felt the same way. Melanie and I talked off stream a little bit about kind of the burnout. You can only stare into the abyss so long.
Yeah.
Eventually it's okay, I want to do something. So I've been doing at night. I'll probably do one on Wednesday and Thursday night, video game streams too. And it's kind of there's less people watching, but it doesn't make me want to kill myself.
Exactly. That's my thought.
Yeah,
I'll take the cut in viewership just to not want to die. This is great.
Yeah. I do want to let everyone know we have a contest going on right now for viewers of our channel. All that you have to do is be subscribed or following either on Rumble or on the YouTube page, Quartering Live, one word. And you can enter to win. It's in the description. It's if you might have to say view more to see the link, but it's bit.ly/quartering Tuesday. You go to that, and then you come down here, and today just leave any comment on either video. Any comment you want, maybe about the show or whatever like that. There you go. Leave a comment. You can enter to win. Today I'll be picking a bunch more winners for gift cards from Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy. I picked 6 winners yesterday, and I'll email you after the show today. Friday, I'm giving away a gaming computer for Meta PCs, so that's kind of cool. So you probably want to be viewing for that. And so, yeah, cool stuff, free stuff. That's always good. The next thing I wanted to talk about was this. This is a game that I know Melonie was hotly anticipating. A big game. I think she was one of the largest Kickstarter backers too.
Oh.
This is a game called Up North. It is a game about who paints the coyotes as the heroes. Now,
no way.
What?
Now,
I can already tell that it was the woke art style out the gate.
All the woke games have the same look. But I want to tell you before we talk about the game, okay?
Okay.
I checked out their website, all right? They wrote, "We are a small but mighty team of artists, storytellers, and activists." Well, I mean, that's what, I mean, everybody wants that.
It's a nice red flag for sure.
Yeah, you got to have that in your video games. That's like having soup without those little soup, crackers, oyster crackers. But then they go on to say, the development team behind Take Us North represents. Now they're not gonna, I assume they're going to talk about their skills in other games they've released here, but they go on to say, where is this? Oh, the development team behind Take Us North represents 15 countries, including Argentina, Colombia, Guatemala, Mexico, and the Netherlands. And our team is over 60% BIPOC and over 60% female/non-binary.
Is that
And
good?
so-
Are we happy about that?
And
Why
we
does
aim
it
to
look like
challenge the
flags,
status quo.
Why do those non-bi see women can't have anything with the woke stuff, because first of all, they're counting the troons, the men pretending
the
to be women
men,
as women,
right.
and the non-binaries. They just get lumped in with the women. It's like just everything. You being called a woman is just basically, that's the basket where they just throw everything. Everything can join that.
Yeah. Non-binary is just like, I want to be a protected class, but I don't actually like. I've done the 23andMe and I can't find any reason,
Gotta find a way to get on the special treatment train.
Yeah, I mean, this game got so ruthlessly mocked that they deleted the trailer. But also Microsoft has donated to this game.
Of course, Microsoft's very woke.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think? Are you, by the way, I don't know if anybody knows the brutal crimes committed by coyotes. I think the number, maybe chat, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's going to be higher than the number I say. The coyotes who take women and girls over the border, they
Brutalize them, yeah.
they brutalize these women at something like over 70% of these women. Fact check me in chat, because I think the actual number is actually higher than that. Like every woman who crosses the border.
Number.
Yeah, right. But the number I saw was from like some human rights coalition. This was like a year or two ago, but I'm pretty sure that it was like 60% or higher of these women get brutalized by the coyotes.
Wow.
In addition to paying them, in addition to also being drug mules, in addition to also being, I mean, these are run by the cartel, and they think that and by the way, they've also interviewed real illegal immigrants and including their audio in the game.
Oh, wow. I thought the name, when I first saw the name Take Us North, I thought this was going to be a gay fornication game at first. Take Us North, like to the dirt road.
Yeah.
But this is.
I thought it was like about wanting to go to Canada, but the fact that it's like celebrating coyotes is so dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just.
That's just wild. It reminds me of there was someone I know from my old church who was actually super woke, surprisingly. And they were having a meltdown on Facebook and acting all suicidal because of the criminals that Trump had deported. Where it was just the criminals in that case. Those with all the gang tattoos and all that.
Yeah.
This dude's white woke, having a meltdown on Facebook, wanting to take his own life because of how devastated he was that these drug lord rapists and whatever else were getting deported. It's like, what? Why do these people feel so sympathetic toward these criminals?
I think they call it suicidal empathy. It is. It's just like that woman in New York who was like, I got robbed and brutalized. I got carjacked and they broke my arm. I don't want Trump in this town. And then like within an hour, she had privated her account because everybody was like, you're an idiot. Like, and by the way, I would be willing to bet that nearly 100% of these people don't live anywhere near actual immigrants. I mean, what do you think, Hannah Claire?
Well, I think part of this is just rewriting the narrative. Like when I think it took people who are anti-immigration and who've been raising the red flag a little bit to get the message through and exposing how dangerous coyotes are, exposing that it's not just like, oh, well, they walked across the desert and then they were like, please help us, like exposing the criminal element and what is done to people who cross the border. It kind of punctures the narrative like, oh, it's compassionate to allow the system continue. And so now this game kind of reminds me of like a rewriting, right? Like they have to sort of glamorize the coyote process so that people will try and forget the other narrative. And I just think that's like this dedication.
They're freedom fighters, Hannah Claire. They're
I mean,
they're brutalizing these women.
Weird tactics. I don't know what the women did to them. They other than pay them thousands of dollars to try and get across the border. I just don't. I hate that this is like a grab bag for all things. Like, not only is it like, yes, we should allow illegal immigration into a country that apparently none of these people who worked on the game are from, but also,
of course, right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, America, you should continue to accept violent criminals. Okay, thanks. What did they say? Like, Scandinavia, Norway, Argentina? No, thank you. But also, it's like, beyond that, look how special our team is because we're so woke or we've got the right identities. Like, it's a summary of like all the stuff that people are now starting to get tired of.
I shared this image. Now, I've seen it go around the internet plenty of times. So just talk about immigration because they say, well, we want to reduce the stigma of immigration. That's why they're making the game. That's what they said.
Oh,
they want to share. That's what they want. That's what they want to do. So let's just look at some immigration numbers in a country that we know has allowed widespread, unchecked brown invaders into. In the year 2000, England and Wales, 8,000. These are essays. So,
okay.
By the way, the people who are the victim of this are usually young white local women. Because they're not doing this to their own people. I mean, maybe they are, but that's not who's really suffering this brutalization. So when I say the struggle snuggle, everybody in chat, you know what I'm talking about, right? 8,500 in England and Wales in the year 2000, which actually seems like quite a bit. In 2024, after 24 years of unchecked immigration, that number was 68,109. 60,000 more young English and Welsh women were essayed per year in just 24 years. Poland went from Germany went from 8,000 in the year 2000 to 40,000.
Wow.
That's a 400% increase. France went from 7,000 to 42,000. Now, Poland went from 2,300 to 1,100. Hannah Claire, do you want to tell me what separates Poland from England, Germany, and France? Perhaps maybe just specifically their policy on illegal immigrants?
I think it's much less tolerant. The thing is, they were not afraid to say, like, no, we don't want this. And
the EU tried to force them to. And they said no.
The EU does all the time. And Poland is for Polish people. And people, I mean, a couple of the other Eastern European countries have adopted, like, you have to be Christian. Like, we're a Christian nation. We want whatever.
Love
but it was this crazy England, Germany, France white guilt trip being like, we must either save or give everything to people from the Middle East or from other places and not think about what's best for the people who already live here. That led to this. And Poland took the opposite approach and suffered for it. I mean, you're totally right. The EU is incredibly critical of them. They're often painted as being backwards or bigoted or racist. But if you look at these numbers, where would you move your family with your young children?
Yeah, I mean,
it would be England for me.
Right. I mean, these areas have turned into like the essay capitals of the world. And there, you can draw a clear line to illegal immigration. So if you're gonna, and by the way, in this game, you are playing as a coyote.
Yeah, what even is the gameplay on that? Like, what do you do?
What,
I assume you just brutalize women, and then you sneak drugs across the border. These coyotes also, by the way, are also well known for simply just robbing and stranding these people who go. So they show up with the money, they rob them, and they just leave them in the desert with no money or water. Yeah, I hope. I mean, the game could actually be pretty interesting if you let me play a real coyote and like build
Right, if you
my.
want to like GTA style
Yeah.
to where it's not being okay. This isn't a good thing, but you're doing it in the game. But this isn't something that's good for society, right? But
Yeah.
wow, that's the thing is, it just really. I really do think that woke ideology in a nutshell is so demonic and it's from Satan, because when you look at all of the pillars of everything they celebrate, it's all anti-biblical. When you've got it from the point of the wrong order with the in society with men and women, you know, the masculinization of women, the feminization of men. You've got the LGBTQ stuff, all inherently against the Bible. The fat glorification, that's against the Bible, the gluttony stuff, and the over-sexualization of society against the Bible. And then you have even things like this, to where clearly the bad guys in this situation, these are depraved people, the coyotes, and that's who they're trying to celebrate. And it just shows just how this whole woke ideology isn't just some natural thing and difference of opinion. It's demonic.
Right. But I
Yeah.
bet every person who worked on this game would tell you that Donald Trump is a sexual predator. and
Exactly.
he
Of
doesn't
course.
believe all
Of
women.
course. Yeah.
Except apparently the women who are trafficked across the border. Like, this is what I
Right.
hate. It's okay for them to be critical in certain instances, but then they will
Right.
glorify these people who we know operate in violent and brutal ways. So which is it? Like, you're supportive of women, or all of the women who came across the border are misunderstanding what these coyotes are up to? Because you can't have it both ways, no matter what you think.
Yeah,
Right.
I do want to mention, huge shout out. We have crossed the 30,000 viewer threshold
Yay!
on Rumble alone, by the way. If you're watching on Rumble, I want to let you all know we're rewarding our daily viewers. I'm giving away a gaming computer on Friday and gift cards every day and a PlayStation 5 and all sorts of stuff like that. All you have to do is be a follower of the channel. So follow the Quartering or subscribe to Quartering Live if you're on YouTube. And then, by the way, I also have for you guys, all 31,000 of you, a free month of Rumble Premium. So if you want no more ads on Rumble and you want to support free speech and get access to everybody's members only content, there's a link in the description, promo code FREEQUARTERING, one word, and you get a free month of Rumble Premium. You support free speech. You get access to Steven Crowder's members only stuff, Tim Pool's, ours, Russell Brand's, and I don't know how long I'm going to have that promo code. So make sure that you go to the description and there's a link to sign up. It's rumble.com/premium/the quartering, but promo code FREEQUARTERING, one word. But I want to get on.
When you say that promo code, I'm like, it's like Jeremy's in jail. We must free him.
You must free yourself from ads about beeswax solutions to whatever the case is going on, and watch the show. Plus, get access to members only stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
Or you could win a gaming computer. So just follow the channel and tune in this week. Hopefully, you'll like the show. And
We're big fans of Meta PCs here. We use Meta PCs for our gaming and our streams, everything.
yeah. By the way,
Is
you
that how I
could.
get a Meta PC computer? I start gaming.
I've talked to them both
That's it.
about
I'll start playing Sudoku live. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, you can enter
I'm
the
100 years
contest too. Down in the description, you just hit the show more, and it says win here. All you have to do is leave a comment on the video, and then enter, and then be following the account. If you're not following, and I pick your name, you're not going to win, and you're going to be sad. You're going to be
Throws
big
your name
sad.
Ah.
Yeah. The next thing I wanted to talk about, we talked about Cracker Barrel kind of already, but now Trump has chimed in on Cracker Barrel, so I thought it's probably worth,
Ooh.
it's probably worth talking about. Go
What
ahead.
did you think of their apology? You have to tell me.
That was a non-apology.
That was not an apology.
Yeah, that was like an invitation. That's like inviting someone to your party that you don't really want there. So you're like invite them at the last minute. I mean, Trump. I mean, what do you two make of the? I mean, there have been a lot of, kind of like mini controversies since Trump won, but none have really stuck outside of Cracker Barrel. What do you think it is about Cracker Barrel that has kind of, because I know I've made videos like on my YouTube channel or on my Rumble channel about like this company or that company going woke. and like it just hasn't hit like Cracker Barrel. What do you think has made this different?
Cracker Barrel has unanimously like united the country and has
even the Democrats.
Yes, they have defeated racism because everybody. Boy, I'm on TikTok and I see all these black people on TikTok saying, "Put the cracker back on the barrel."
Did you see
I want a dose of racism with my biscuits and gravy.
We saw that same one. They're like, "I want to be uncomfortable again.
Yeah.
I don't like this." Yeah,
it's been amazing.
You know what I think it is? You know, with like the Target boycotts or like the Budweiser, there was like a right and a wrong team, depending on what your political view was, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Whereas with the Cracker Barrel, everyone is like, no matter what your politics are, everyone looked at that logo and they're like, why are they ruining everything? This isn't even cool. This isn't an improvement. This is worse.
I saw this. Reminds me of this funny meme where it says, welcome, Cracker.
Oh, you went up to heaven with Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. Yeah. Oh, and the Land O'Lakes girl.
Yes.
I remember when I was young, we used to take the Land O'Lakes girl and like cut a little hole in it, and then you bend to fold her knees back. Then it would look like her boobies are out. But that was in elementary school. It's not like I did it yesterday. I mean,
as far as we know.
It was a week ago, guys.
I like all the stuff that I'm seeing of being like, we need to have. Someone was like, I can save Cracker Barrel. I can make like merch, and they said every time there's like one of the new logos, you stick a like missing or like searching for Uncle Herschel, like a missing poster on it because we have to bring him back. We have to save him. I think it's not a terrible idea. They could recover if they wanted to.
Oh yeah, TikTok's calling him Pappy. They're saying bring Pappy back.
Well,
they got rid of Pappy.
Yeah, Trump tweeted, or I mean, he truthed, and was basically like, they have $1 billion in free advertising. All you have to do is like undo this.
Yep.
But they won't. They
No.
won't. Because the non-apology was like,
we're sorry you're mad about this. That's
yeah,
how it
we
felt to
hear
me.
you. We hear you, but we don't care. That's what their apology was. It was the craziest ish I'd ever seen. I mean, Melonie, today's probably the last day where they could really capitalize on it. Do you think that we're gonna see a correction here or no?
Oh, it's so hard to say. It really depends because I did hear that they fired somebody who was on the team after this, and that person just made a statement saying like, "Oh, I can't believe I got fired just because of a loud minority who didn't like it." But there was
is that true? I need to look that up. I don't know.
My mom told me, so who knows? She could have found it on Facebook. It could have been Boomer News.
Yeah.
But that's
Jeremy's wife is always correct. What are you talking about?
No, she's not.
I don't know if that's true, but if it was, that was what allegedly was said, was that, oh, I got fired over a fake or over a loud minority that didn't like it. But this isn't a minority who's unhappy.
Oh, it's fake. Confirmed fake. Arthur McWaters. Don't tell your mom. Let her believe.
Okay, we're gonna.
I don't want her. I don't want her disappointed tonight. It's gonna affect dinner.
That's
It's gonna be a whole thing. Like I don't really want to.
Well, well, that's the thing is people are their voices are loud and clear on this, that it's definitely not a minority of people who are upset about this. I think that Cracker Barrel could pull a Sonic the Hedgehog here and say, you know what? You know, like how they saved Sonic the Hedgehog by saying, hey, you guys were right. This is what Cracker Barrel needs to do. Say, hey, you're right. This was a misstep. We really took the character out of the brand. So we want to bring him back. Hey, and if they want to update the logo maybe, but still include Pappy in the barrel and, you know, the microaggressions, great. Everybody will love it.
You're right.
Some of it is, you know, they respond to dollars, right? And all the reporting says that their stock didn't get better post apology. In fact, I think the apology
did get better a little bit. It went up like $2 today, but not much.
Significantly, like enough to matter.
No, it did not undo. It did not undo. They lost $150 million.
Ooh.
Right. So at this point, like, actually, the only way to save the brand to me looks like it's to bring the man with the barrel back, reinstate Pappy or Uncle Herschel, whatever his name is, because otherwise, it's a constant reminder. Like, you can't wide roll out this logo without everyone immediately thinking of how mad they are this guy's gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I said this before. Like, look, the Cracker Barrel by us is like hangover food. Yeah. You can get a better breakfast. It's just the truth. but like I'm 1,000% not like I'm not going to. Like I'm not.
Exactly. It was the atmosphere that made it so great too.
Yeah.
That was the best part. And when you take away the atmosphere, it's like, what's the point? I'd rather
feel
just go to a local diner in that case. If you live in the South, especially, then get some real Southern cooking. You know,
Right. No, I agree with you. I feel like part of the fun was when people were like embracing Cracker Barrel's like kitschiness and all of the stuff. I know I've referenced this a lot, but I loved that trend when people were sneaking their own like faux old timey photos onto the walls. And I wish that that was the stuff that Cracker Barrel had embraced. And I know a lot of people talk about like the food quality. Like, yeah, they could address like making things better or whatever. But the fact that it was like this weird minimalist aesthetic redesign shows me how little they understand about what people like about their business.
They never knew. Yeah, I mean, just simply they never knew. And I don't understand. I mean, I took one look at her and I was like, oh, it's over. Like another liberal white woman with the thick rimmed glasses. Like that's just, that's what happens. They all have the same, like Hannah Claire said on Monday, like she should have scratched that itch by redecorating her kitchen at home, as opposed to like destroying a beloved character and a beloved brand. It makes no sense. Is there what are the odds? Let me get your odds maker. Do you think they will, I think that at this point, the decision maker is dug in and has committed this like $700,000 or whatever to the rebrand. I don't think they're going to go back on it. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I think they will eventually, but not anytime soon. They're going to have to lose more money first. And then out of a move of desperation, it's going to either be close some stores down or go back to the old branding. So
kind of like Bud Light, right?
I say give it time and they'll do some damage control in 6 months.
Right. Yeah. I think they'll go back too, in part because even in the apology, when they're trying to be like, well, we're just sharing who we always were, they also reference the fact that Uncle Herschel is still on their menu and they're going to bring back like
he's still on the road signs. It's like, yeah, because you have a contract for those.
Right. You don't have time to fix them. They have already, like I said the other day, I did see a Cracker Barrel commercial with the new logo, but it's just without fully reinstating this man with the barrel, they will always have ruined the image of the new logo. Like no one's going to think nothing about it. They're always going to think Cracker Barrel is trying to change in a way that none of us liked. It's always going to be the butt of a joke. So I feel like they're backed into a corner. They have to change. Otherwise, they continue to be the brand that messed up for no reason.
Yeah, I think they have to change. They don't have to fire this woman, but they have to just say, I mean, Trump had it right. All he had to say was, you know what, we hear you. We're going back on it. Yeah. That's not what they chose
Coke
to do.
Something like that once?
Yes.
Either Coke or Pepsi changed their flavor. And then they were like, whoa, we messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Here's one I thought, Hannah Claire would be all over. Vanity Fair employees are now threatening to walk out if they do a Melania Trump cover.
Oh,
good. They should leave and they should hire more reasonable people.
See, I think this is kind of wild because even on TikTok, what I see among some of the more liberal women, a lot of them still like Melania, even if they don't like Trump, because she is such a fashion icon. And so that's wild to me to see this kind of pushback from these people here, from somebody who typically still, I mean, they want to treat her like, oh, poor thing, she's stuck with Donald Trump, but she's getting money and like, oh, that's how they treat it, but still they like her. So I think this is kind of funny to see.
Yeah, it is interesting because like rational people understand, of course, the supermodel first lady probably of anyone should be on the cover of Vogue or any of Vanity Fair, any of the fashion magazines. But it's like the people in the industry who are trying so desperately to grab at whatever power they can are saying like, we cannot have her on, otherwise we are endorsing the Trump presidency. Never mind the fact that like, if she's the cover story, if she's the cover girl, there's an accompanying interview. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever read the one that Vanity Fair did with Jill Biden, but like, a reporter followed her around for a day or a half, whatever, asked her tons of questions. Like they have the chance to nail her with some intense tell-all interview if that's what they think they can do if they put her on the cover. Instead, they're too afraid. And I think part of it is if they interview Melania Trump and she goes on the cover and the magazine sells well and the interview makes her, which I think it would, more understandable to the American public, they see that she actually has a strong marriage and her own personality and whatever, like thwarts the image they have of her, they would never forgive themselves because it's actually about preserving their deluded, like she's a trapped woman, Donald Trump bad notion of the world.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, you're going to walk out of Vanity Fair and go where?
Exactly.
Where?
The growing industry publishing. I've heard magazines starting all the time.
Paper magazines, paper, especially paper fashion magazines, they're basically everywhere, right? They're completely selling like, they're selling like hotcakes. I mean, the thing is, they don't want Melania to appear. They also don't want to get rid of the bimbo facade.
Right.
They just had this Washington Post leaked call. I think James O'Keefe leaked it. I want to give credit where credit is due, but I can't be totally sure. Where they were like interviewing all these like Miss USA people, and they were like, "Oh, was Donald Trump ever inappropriate?" And basically, all of them said no.
Right.
And they canned the story because they're like, "Well, we can't say Trump is a creepazoid, so." I guess
this isn't what we want to do. It breaks our narrative. It's not about reporting. It's about confirming the narrative they're already building.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. In these companies, they've got to wake up to the fact that over half the country voted for Donald Trump. More than half, the majority of the country supports Donald Trump. So it's like, if you're going to embrace all this TDS and all this kind of stuff, and you're not going to adapt as a business, then how do you expect to survive when you're marketing toward less than half? And then especially when you factor in, it's already a niche demographic that they're reaching. But then whenever it's like, okay, now you're adding this, even splitting your demographic even more. Yeah, it's time to and I think when it comes to entertainment and things like that and fashion, why are we obsessing over politics? Does this person have good fashion? Yes, she does. Right. You don't have to agree with her politics. You don't have to agree with any of that. Just like I went to the My Chemical Romance concert. I wasn't going to that concert thinking, what are their politics?
Boy, I hope they say something about Trump. Yeah.
I know. It was, I want to go here and listen to some music that sounds good and forget about all the problems in the world for a couple hours. Like, that's the goal with that. So it's not everything has to be like, we can just appreciate other things that people offer that even if we don't agree with other elements about them.
Can I ask if Vanity Fair does offer her Melania Trump a cover, should she take it?
Yes.
Or you think so?
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, she should absolutely take it.
And sometimes I think she should be like, no, I'm taking my talents to Evie magazine, like a more rational, like actually good for women. It's hard to say because on one hand, I want her to occupy this space that's been ignoring her and denying her being ridiculous. And on the other hand, I want her to be like, I don't even care about you, and use her influence to promote something else. I think
she should do it because she could go take a dump in their house. That would be better. I do want to read some viewer comments. Over on YouTube, JR says, just sneak Ozempic into her food, problem solved. That would be illegal. Pac-Man says, good afternoon, Jeremy, Melonie, and Hannah Claire. That engagement will fall apart within 6 months. There are only 3 teams in the Quarter Pounder Fantasy Football League. We need more. Oh, yeah. By the way, if you want to join if you're a member on thequartering.com/join or a Rumble Premium member, you can join the Discord and join our Fantasy Football League. I guess I'll start one too. I'll join. The draft would have to be like on a Sunday night though. So D-Day Man says, if looks alone were a valid reason for divorce, I would have left my wife years ago. But she's a diamond in the rough and we got good buns out of her oven. I keep her around.
Aww.
That's mildly romantic.
I don't I think that's romantic, but also
I hope you still think she's beautiful though. I mean, that's
apparently not.
I think he's just being a little tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
McLeod says, the common excuse is I'm eating for 2. When a fetus to newborn doesn't need extra helping of steak with all the fixings to fulfill 2 full-grown adults' appetites. Right. Also, they said, I'm sure she's happy since she probably got the house and still suspect this kind of stuff is the reason. I still suspect why this stuff is the kind of reason why women have suppressed home ownership compared to men. Silverback Slap says, my boss is 6'4", 300. I give him a hard time about being fat all the time. It's all about how you want to go out. Be on your deathbed for being a fat fuck is a big L. True. I'd say that. Omega Rosetasu. Maybe I said it right this time. I don't know. Sick burn from Melonie and traveling. I have encountered many, quote, customers of smell, and I advocate airports to have showers. Stat. Yeah, I actually had
Would they use them?
I didn't know. No, they wouldn't. I didn't know this, but my cousin used to shop at the same hobby shop I would. And I found out later that they used to call him like Sir Smells a Lot or something like that.
No.
They were like, your cousin's with Smelly? And I'm like, what? And he's a person of size, but he also like works construction and like he probably would come in there all sweaty and gross. Like I say, as a fat, it takes 2 showers a day to not smell. I try to shower twice a day because that's just part of it. Like if you don't do that, then you're probably going to have some crotch rot or you're going to have like, it's just part of being fat. So you should shower twice a day.
I've had
I've
had a lifelong nickname from my grandmother, Melonie.
Oh no.
Grandmother?
So that was so she started. I love it. It's endearing though. My dad calls me Melonie, or he'll just say, hey, smell, and I don't even think about it.
You just,
I'm just like,
program.
yeah, what? It's just program. Like that's just my nickname, Smell or Smelanie.
Oh, poor
Look, your
Smelanie.
grandma was like, if she's homeschooled, we got to bully her a little bit.
Right, you have to get that
it builds
experience.
character, like
Tactisaw says over 60% is useless. McLeod says current price is $9K a head. If you can't pay, you work it off when you get over here. The woke love slavery. Right. Surviving the strange. Coyotes tell families that Ohio is on the other side of the hill range. Just need a bottle of water. Then leave them in the middle of the Arizona desert. I have nightmares still from marking the bodies. Yeah, for sure. 7 Legion Studio says, born too late to play Custer's Revenge. Oh my God. Custer's Revenge, I believe, is an X-rated Atari game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it is. Born just in time to play Bring Us North. Hot damn. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like Custer's Revenge is an X-rated Atari game that came in like a special velvet case. Don't ask me how I know. PMA says, hey, Jeremy, sorry to bug you, but clicking the link in the description sent me a site has no working links. Advice. It seems to be working. There are hundreds of entries, I believe. There's 258 entries already, so it is working. Let's see.
Trump reacted to Taylor Swift's engagement, by the way. I just want everyone to know.
Breaking news!
I knew he would. All right, you two talk about it.
Sirens.
A. Steinman just joined as a member on YouTube, which is also very helpful too. You can do that as well. Or you can join as a Rumble member and get your first month free. Link in the description for that. I've got to grab some more water quick. Why don't you talk about the Trump? I assume it's on Truth.
I think it's on Truth. I sent you a Fox News article about it in the private chat if you want to pull that up.
Click it so we can look at it when we talk about it.
You two can talk about it while everybody signs up for Rumble Premium promo code free quartering. I'll be right back.
Yeah, sign up for the thing. It's good times. And if you remember, you can tell Jeremy if you want less Taylor Swift content. So that's the power. Apparently Trump was asked about the engagement announcement during a cabinet meeting.
Wow.
Which, it's apparently a slow summer despite our negotiations for peace with Russia and Ukraine and like everything's going on in the Middle East. But apparently a reporter said, I would love to ask you a serious question, but I have to tell you the biggest pop culture news of the year broke while we were in this cabinet meeting. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged, and the world would like your reaction, sir. So applause to this journalist, really holding down the fort here.
All right.
And apparently Trump said, he said, well, I wish him a lot of luck. I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy. And I think she's a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
Oh, that's
funny.
Sweet. Honestly, I like that response. I think it was classy. I think it was good because I know that he's had criticisms, and rightfully so, with her because I mean she has been very insufferable in a lot of things that she's said and all that kind of stuff. But I think just something like this and love is beautiful. Marriage is a beautiful thing. And I think marriage has been demonized so much in society. And so I think that this is, regardless of politics, regardless of beliefs, this is, a couple who are engaged and going to get married. It's a beautiful thing. I'm down to celebrate that.
I think even if you don't like someone, like, I think it's good practice as a culture to be like, if they're willing to make this commitment, they're getting engaged. Like, we are pro-marriage. We want the best.
Yes.
We want this marriage to work out. Even if it's somebody you don't care about at all. I think it's like a discipline to be pro-marriage. And you have to say that.
Let's hear what he says.
First, I would love to ask you a serious question, but
I have
to tell you the biggest pop culture news of the year broke while we were in this cabinet meeting. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are engaged, and the world wants your reaction, sir.
Well, I wish him a lot of luck.
Well played.
No, I think he's a great player. I think he's a great guy, and I think that she's a terrific person. So I wish them a lot of luck.
Wow, class
Classy,
personified.
right? I love it.
That's the thing about Trump, though. People think he's like, it's same thing with me. Like, people see my tweets or my video titles, and they're like, this guy's like a ultra far right crazy asshole. And I'm like, nah, I'm kind of pretty just chill.
That's the thing. They say that about
That's
me too.
crazy.
They don't get it. We're softies. And if they actually hear us talk, then they'll see that. But all they focus on is just this image that they've created of us because of a tweet maybe they saw, or a thumbnail, or a headline, instead of just what we actually say, what we're actually about.
Yeah. I think it's too easy to be like, to assume everyone is an extreme in politics. Like, I think both of you have like some hot takes because you're funny and you've got good wit, but ultimately a lot of your positions are extremely rational. Like most of America agrees with both of you, including that they want to talk less about politics and more about video games.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to say, Ace Diamond says, I switched my membership from the old quartering to quartering live. Just wanted to make sure the help gets paid. Yes, thank you. By the way, a quick reminder to everyone on Rumble, still holding 20,000 beautiful people there. We have, if you go to the Rumble live stream and you click on the view more, first of all, you definitely want to enter the giveaway, because all you have to do is be following the live stream, and we pick winners daily. But also down here is a link to sign up for Rumble Premium and get the first month free. And the half of that money goes to support Rumble, and half of it supports the show. You get no commercials on Rumble. You also get access to everybody's members-only content, members-only portions of our live stream. This week, we're doing a big live stream promotion, so I'm not going to pay gate the end of any stream. But starting on Friday, we will. We always do a members-only section at the end. But hopefully today, you'll take the plunge. You go to rumble.com/premium/thequarter and get that first month free. You get no more ads. By the way, if somebody signs up, let me know in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. I'm sure nobody would lie to me, but get rid of those ads. I mean, I admit the ads on Rumble are interesting, and so not having them is also
an interesting
good.
Business strategy for Rumble. Like, have weird ads, and then people want them to go away even more.
Oh,
that
smart.
could be. Yeah, that could be. I don't know if you saw this. Nancy Mace story.
Yes, the Nancy Mace story.
I'll let you take the lead on that while I bring it back up here. I think I had it up. There she is.
Okay. Well, so the big thing is, the overlying thing is that there have been multiple effectively swattings on college campuses. Villanova had like 2 in 2 days. So there were a couple of them at University of South Carolina. There was this call that there was an active shooter on campus, and it turned out to not be true at all. But Nancy Mace, who is a member of the House of Representatives representing South Carolina and is also running for governor, shared a photo of like a guy carrying an umbrella and was like, "This is the suspected shooter," but there was no shooter. So she just like, I guess you can't.
She outed a guy.
Doxed him because like she didn't say his name, but it's kind of insane. And
it was kind of hard to distinguish him. Like it was a guy who was walking with an umbrella, not a high-powered rifle.
I heard later that his friends like posted mocking him, so I guess you could figure out who it was. And again, he was carrying an umbrella, like this was a hoax. But I thought it was kind of wild that she would do this. And I couldn't tell if it was like she posted this because she's trying to be in the thick of it or whatever, or if it was someone on her team who has now been let go.
I'm sure it was. Yeah. I'll tell you this. Sorry to, I'm going against the Estro here. I am so sick of Nancy Mace. Just go away.
Against the Estro? Melonie,
Yeah.
are you a Nancy Mace fan?
I don't really know that much about her. I'm not gonna lie.
She's so insufferable. She's like she's the AOC of the right. She's like,
Interesting.
look at me, I'm doing this. I'm traveling across the country in my brand new pajamas to attend this meeting at Congress, and I'm gonna go to Congress in my pajamas. Look at me. I was sexually assaulted 1,000,000 years ago, but so you can't criticize me. Like I just. She was useful for about 8 seconds with her on the trans stuff, and I am not commenting on her politics at all. I don't.
Didn't she? Someone's
She
like,
put
"Oh,
her
you're
nudes out there,
misgendering me,"
like,
and
whatever.
she kept calling him a he. Anyway, she did have a based clip out there.
Yes, that was her, and that was based for like a year ago. But like now it's like.
That's
Hey, Trump's president, lady.
Now it's pretty safe.
Yeah, now you're not really risking anything.
Yeah.
And like, there's another one that I'm like, oh man, I know she follows me on X, but I'm gonna do it because you got to be consistent.
Ooh.
Paulina Luna.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Like yesterday, she put out a video of using a flamethrower on the Quran.
From Florida. No,
Texas.
We all do this. You're talking about
Valentina Gomez. You're right. We all confused them.
She was running for Congress from Missouri, and now she's in Texas running for Congress.
Correct.
Paulina Luna is an elected congresswoman from Florida. They are both Hispanic women. That's why Jeremy racist.
They all look alike to me.
I love my girl Valentina Gomez. You can't. You can't. I love her. Like
it seems so try hard.
I relate a lot to her because we have a very similar background in the fact that we grew up with two brothers. We're a bit of a tomboy. We like to have the same slur, and we're an army brat. So like, I really connect with. It's just like
the same slur.
It's just tomboy. Yeah, we have our favorite same slur.
That is my favorite video of hers.
And so
she's like, they want to let. It's into the whatever. I was like, damn.
That's the thing is it comes across as try hard, but it is. That's a lot of how the whole tomboy girls, gamer girls, all that. That's how we used to be. Like think about PMS Clan and stuff. And so a lot of us were still that way because it's like, hey, we hung around with a lot of dudes and we had to keep up. And so it's to me that's better than the alternative of girls playing victim all the time because a guy told her to get in the kitchen in a game, right? We have the opposite where it's like, oh, I can hang. Yeah. So we can be a little try hard, but that's because we grew up with brothers, military brats, like that whole gamer mentality almost of like that era. So I love her. I connect with her a lot.
Fair enough. And I will say this. Flamethrowing a Quran is pretty ballsy. Like that's pretty ballsy.
You could just tell she has brothers. Like it's like, oh, she has brothers. She has no sisters. I get it because I'm the set. Like I get it. I connect with that.
Yeah.
The thing is, so she did IRL once when I was on, and she was lovely to talk to in person. And she obviously is undeniably good at going viral. But at the time when I left the show that night, I didn't feel like I understood what her policies were. And that's where I get a little bit like, I wish you would open like a marketing agency, right? Just go viral, help other people do this. Like she obviously has built this cool brand for herself, but she is running for office. And sometimes I feel like as funny as some of her stunts can be, I don't always feel like I walk away understanding how she would vote on things. And I worry about that for conservatives. It reminds me of when what's her name, who was on OnlyFans, was like, I'm going to vote for Trump. And suddenly she got a speaking spot at the RNC.
Hey, Melonie pissed off a lot of people with her take on that.
Yeah, actually,
she was like, I am not. No, you didn't defend her, did you?
What are you talking about? No. Oh, you're talking about I thought you meant the one. I thought you meant.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Who am I talking about? Because
you're talking about Rose.
Still actively doing actively doing it or no? Yeah, if it was Amber Rose, I was
Amber Rose. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she roasted Amber Rose.
I was totally against her, and I I made a lot of people mad about that because it's like, this was a woman who was actively doing OnlyFans, which by the way, after she made her speech, she was online. It shows, it shows she was active. I went and checked. She was online and she got more customers from that. So it's like, yeah, if someone's unapologetically doing OnlyFans and then just because she likes Trump, for you to put her up on the RNC and talk on a platform, I think that is not conservative values. That's crazy. Now, if it was like, oh, here's a woman who did OnlyFans and she doesn't support OnlyFans anymore, then yeah, have her up there. That's great that she can talk against this thing that she used to do. That was a terrible thing. I mean, there's her redemption arc, but not when she's still doing it.
By the way, Zupia in chat said, Jeremy, the site didn't let me register today either. Yesterday, no problem. But today it keeps telling me an unexpected error has occurred. Oh, you're talking about the giveaway site. Maybe try it later. Like, I'm going to pull the winners a little bit after the show, so you'll be okay. It looks like people are... Don't forget, you got to be following the channel, too, because I'll check. I send the names to Rumble, and they confirm it. Yeah, maybe part of it is me, like... I mean, look, I like tomboys. I dated them, and I like a girl that... I could play football with and also make out with. Like, right. I was this close to being gay. I was like, this is the best shit ever. But like I don't know what it is. Like with Mace, she's just kind of like, oh, he brushed my arm. That's assault. I survived an attack today. And I'm like, just, like do your job. Like, AOC, we make fun of AOC for that crap. So I'm going to make fun of Nancy Mace for that stuff.
And I think with Nancy Mace, she's following the same model that AOC and Valentina Gomez and a lot of people are, which is like, if I can become dominant on social media, then I have more influence. But it doesn't seem like that is always translating when it comes to voting, right? Like, it doesn't seem like that's actually making them better politicians and I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but please bear with me.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that there is a power to social media. And AOC was one of the first to realize this when she was like doing her skincare routine on her Instagram stories on her train to DC. But does that mean that's who we want in the seat with the voting power? Because if you're actually kind of caught up in being an influencer, do you know the bills you're voting on?
No, you don't. I mean, the same thing. You can say the same thing about Bernie. Bernie's on his, he leaves his third house to go on yet another campus tour where he knows specifically. It's like, it'd be like if Trump, he's president right now, and he's not exactly having a rally every weekend. And like, I already think your government officials don't work enough. I don't really want to see you posting on social media. I just don't. I want you to, we're like, oh my God, we had to work 24 hours in a row to get, it's like, get out of here. You're worth millions of dollars, even though your salary is 150 grand a year or whatever it is. I don't give a shit. Like, do your job. I don't care about your pajamas. I don't like any of that nonsense. Like when, what's his stupid ass, Bowman, with his fire alarm stuff. And like, was that Bowman? I think that was Bowman.
Pulled the fire alarm.
Yeah. Like all these people, well, I guess that wasn't a stunt because I think he thought he was going to get away with it. But,
right.
I don't know. I just, this is a big oopsie from Nancy Mace, bigly. I do want to give you both a chance here. Still wonderful audience of about 20,000 across all platforms. I really hope you guys are enjoying the show. And if you do, please make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube, or you follow if you're on Rumble. If you're watching us like on the Rumble homepage, click through the channel and actually click follow, because otherwise you won't get notified when we go live. And I'm sure we won't always be on the Rumble homepage. So I'm hoping. But why don't you tell the people where they can find your stuff and what you got going on?
Yeah, you can find my stuff on YouTube and Rumble. I'm at Hannah Claire B in both places. I make videos about the news, some cultural commentary. Maybe I'll talk about Taylor Swift today. Who knows?
Oh, I know you are. I know you're jonesing to put that one out. You're putting that video out before
but I feel
5.
like what else is there to say? I'll wrap it up. Maybe I'll do a video on like
No,
the
you
state
must.
of
You
marriage
must
in
make a
America,
video.
and we'll use that as a lead off or something.
Yeah.
I don't think I
Okay.
could just talk about the two of them for too long. But anyways, if you want to see if I scrape this video together, you can follow me Rumble, YouTube, X at Hannah Claire B. Melonie, where can we find your content?
Yes, you guys can find me. I am focusing on gaming streams again right now. Just a little break from the hustle and bustle of the regular social commentary. I'm not going to quit doing that, but right now I'm focused on the gaming stream. So at Melonie Mac on YouTube, or if you just search Melonie Mac gaming streams, I'm playing Tomb Raider 2 Remastered right now, and then gonna hop into some Resident Evil after that. So I'll be live tonight as well.
Nice.
And then my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melonie Mac.
Yeah. Logan's Run says, there is a difference between conservative value and traditional values. I also commented on Rumble. Oh, nice. Good job.
And OnlyFans models are neither.
Correct. Darkside said, I sell OnlyFans AC units that are too hard to sell. Wah wah.
Oh,
AC fans are too hard to sell. I trampled your joke. Also, make sure to change your browser to desktop mode when you do the giveaway. Have a great day. And everyone, okay, so that might be why. PJ Strader says, we share a favorite slur. Lamau, never change. Melonie, never change. Yeah. So tomorrow we have Andrew Wilson joining us. And Thursday we have Count Dankula joining Astrocast.
He's going to come on Astrocast?
Yes, he is. Yep. He is also a new father, so we can talk about that. Newish father. And if you're out there watching, just a reminder, we're doing a giveaway. So there's a link in the description. All you have to do is be following the channel and watch the live show. That's it. It's super easy. And you can enter now between now and midnight. Super easy. So just click the show more underneath and you'll find all the links that says win here. You can join on the Quartering website. You don't have to. We also have a link to our free Discord, which is here. And if you want to get Rumble Premium for free for the first month, that link is also down here. Sign up today because I'm sure they're going to steal away. They're probably going to steal away my free month any minute now. So don't delay on that. Omega says, no Rumble exclusive member show today. Also, have you talked with Liberty Doll? I messaged Liberty Doll and invited her on today, actually, and I still haven't heard back. So we're going to have her on. No, I'm not going to do any members only gated shows until Friday. And then next week they'll come back. The Collins will come back. But I figure since we're having so many guests on, like, I don't want to, I felt weird like using them to sell memberships, you know? So I was like, I don't want to put guest content.
Like going behind the paywall. That's the thing.
I don't. Yeah.
Any reason to keep the show completely open? He's like, forget the business strategy.
Yeah, kind of. Also, you can check out coffeebrandcoffee.com, where we have our summer blends in stock. Blackberry cream is my favorite so far, so check that out. And with that, still not working. We'll try it from your computer. You know, it seems like it's working because, you know, we get people who say this every time, but I mean, yesterday we had 650 entries. Today we already have 339. So maybe try it from your computer or try it later. Better get more Rumble only shows, exclusivity sells. Yeah, I know. Well, I said they're coming back next week. Like we're doing the call-ins. We're doing members only fantasy football league. We're having a huge members only stuff for Halloween. Pumpkin carving contest, costume contests.
Humping pumpkin contest.
Pumping.
No, thank you. I disavow.
Melonie, I'm gonna tell your mother later that you
no!
Yeah. So make sure every time I try, I get registry error. Try it on a computer, I guess. It seems to be working. So so get your Rumble if you want to participate in that stuff. Either become a Rumble Premium member, or join the site. So you can be a Rumble Premium member and you get access to all of our members only stuff. You just have to email me, or you can go to thequartering.com/join. If you don't want to join Rumble Premium, this is half the price, but you don't get, you still have ads on Rumble and stuff like that. But this is $6 and you still get access to all of our member stuff. So if you don't want to join Rumble Premium, I made this as cheap as humanly possible, $6. And you get access to all of our members only stuff if you don't want to do Rumble Premium. So 2 ways to get in there. And with that, we will be rating Dr. Disrespect. I think he's playing some video games right now.
Oh, look like he's playing Gears because the new that new Gears collection just dropped.
The new
today.
Gears Reloaded did, yeah.
My cat's birthday. His name's Coltrane. He's 16 years old today. I named him after a Gears character, and then they dropped that on his birthday. Coincidence?
What?
I don't think so.
Nope,
They did this
I
for
don't think so
him.
either.
Your
Yeah,
Coltrane stands. I love it.
Yes.
yeah. Stan Coltrane. You should
Happy
also
birthday
make
to Melonie's
sure.
cat.
Yeah, happy birthday, Melanie's cat. Melanie's cat
That's
really wants
the
you to
comment
join.
You guys leave today. If you're
Yeah.
leaving a comment, leave happy birthday, Melanie.
Yeah, leave happy birthday, and then
Yeah.
make sure you subscribe or follow to us on Rumble or on Quartering Live on YouTube. And good luck with the contest. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, like, next month is September, so we're gonna have some good run up to getting a cool. Last year we did a costume contest and a pumpkin carving contest.
It was great.
And it was great. And we had like a lot of
Wholesome.
entries. Yeah. So, $6 on the quartering.com/join. You get to do, and I gave out prizes and stuff too. So, so hopefully you do that. And go say hi to Dr. Disrespect. Tell him to wake up when you get in there. Say the Quartering says wake up, spam it in his chat. And we'll see you tomorrow at 2 Eastern with Andrew Wilson. And that should be pretty interesting. Bye, everybody.